Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited increases pump price of petrol by 15%. Correspondents will give us an update. Senate urges states to comply fully with local government autonomy. And House of Representatives deliberates on enhancing security across the country. Hello and welcome to the News Desk at 6 on Nta News24. We're live in Abuja. I am Dennis Adegunloye. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and other oil companies have increased the price of petrol, with these prices varying depending on the petrol stations. For NNPC Limited, the increase is from 855 naira to 998 naira per litre in Lagos. This increase in the price of petrol was first noticed at pumps in all NNPCL filling stations in Lagos State. Lydia Sampson will bring us an update.
The price increase is not unconnected to the fact that the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited ended its exclusive purchase agreement with Dangote Refinery, thereby opening up the market for other marketers to buy petrol directly from the refinery. While this means NNPC will no longer be the sole off-taker and marketers can now negotiate prices directly with Dangote Refinery, the implication of this is that petrol will now sell at a cost-reflective price, meaning Nigerians will have to pay more. The last pricing template released by the NNPC Limited September 15 showed that the product was selling in its outlets at 980 per litre in Lagos and 1,010 naira per litre in Maiduguri and other northeastern states. Now, the price in Abuja is 1,030 naira per litre, Lagos 998 naira per litre, other southwest states 1,025 naira per litre, southeast 1,045 naira per litre, south-south 1,075 naira per litre, and northeast 1,070 naira per litre. The prices are higher at outlets belonging to major and independent marketers. Meanwhile, this new development, difficult as it is, aligns with the current practices for fully deregulated products, where refineries can sell directly to marketers on a willing buyer, willing seller basis, which is the current practice for all fully deregulated products such as diesel, aviation fuel, and kerosene. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, Nta News.
And joining me now in the studio to shed more light on this development is our energy correspondent, Lydia Sampson. Thank you, Lydia, for joining us in the studio.
Thank you for having me, Dennis.
Okay, well, is there any plausible explanation for this latest increase? What are the officials saying?
I must begin with an apology, Dennis. I'm not here with good news, and that is perhaps why the officials are not talking at all. And what obtains in a fully deregulated market is such that people don't talk, the officials don't talk. You should just go to a gas station or a petrol station and you see a price increase because it's fully deregulated. And over time in Nigeria, we've been politically aligned to talking about these things. But now in a fully deregulated setup, what happens is nobody is saying anything. And even I genuinely want to apologize because it's impacting everybody. And going forward, without being an alarmist, then it's perhaps going to be worse before it gets better. But definitely it will get better. But that is what obtains in the market that reflects price. People will want to buy and also sell and make profit. That is what is happening now. But no official is saying anything.
All right, certainly ominous signs there. NNPC was to have exclusive purchase agreements with Dangote. Why was this discontinued?
Well, perhaps, you know, when it started, there was a lot of misunderstanding. Many people were like, oh, NNPC has been the bane, the reason why we've been having challenges. Why will they be the only off-takers? But government was doing it deliberately to cushion this impact that we're seeing now. But unfortunately, because of the outcry there, perhaps, I believe, government said, okay, let it be a free market. And now it's a free market, meaning if you have a petrol station, Dennis, and I have a petrol station, we just go to Dangote and negotiate price. And our selling margin will depend on how much we got the product and the profit we want to make, because nobody wants to run business and lose.
All right, so what would be the implications then with other marketers buying from Dangote?
It's first going to be a very terrible news. Let me not use that word terrible so that I don't scare people, but I'm trying to be as honest as possible. But it's going to really go up before it comes down. But being an open market, it's going to be highly competitive. You understand? If I'm able to negotiate with Dangote, for instance, if I'm an oil marketer and I got a good deal, it will be the right thing for me, the moral thing for me to do is to bring down my price. And many people will be looking for cheaper outlets to go and get their petrol. I had an experience once when we traveled, and I noticed one of the cars that was taking us to the venue of our assignments will always leave the gas station close to the hotel and go very far. And I asked, why do you do that? He said, it's fully deregulated here, and that place you're staying is expensive. So they'll prefer to travel a distance, get a good deal. And the more the good deals are where they are located, motorists will get to know. So you see some stations will be empty, while some will be flooded, because everybody wants to get a good deal. And painful as it is the painful reality.
All right, and just lastly, Lydia, any hope for reprieve in terms of price stabilizing just a little above the 1,000 naira mark?
Yes, hope is the only thing that keeps us all alive. So we wouldn't say there wouldn't be hope, but it's not an immediate kind of hope. You know, I always like to give an example with when this online telephone services began. You know, I don't know about you, but I remember a time, me and my husband were in Maiduguri there. We couldn't buy 2 lines. We bought just one because of the high exorbitant rate. But today you can get a SIM for 200 naira. So over time, that is what, God willing, we'll see in petrol. And with the alternative energy mix also, it will not only be petrol, we'll have other alternatives. And the more people are diversifying their energy mix, the more those who want to sell petrol too high, perhaps will be on their own.
All right. Okay. Lydia Sampson, our energy correspondent, thank you for taking the time to talk to us and giving us that honest assessment of the current situation. Thank you, Lydia.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Let's move on to the National Assembly. The Senate has resolved to alter relevant sections of the Constitution to ensure full financial and administrative autonomy to local governments in Nigeria. It also urges states and local governments to fully comply with the Supreme Court judgments on disbursement and utilization of funds accruing to local government councils. The legislators adopted these resolutions following a motion from Senator Nta News24, who alleged that some state governors are planning to use state assemblies to circumvent the judgments of the Supreme Court on financial autonomy for local government councils.
Senate, working with our colleagues in the House of Representatives, will alter any aspect of our Constitution, amend any section of our laws to ensure full autonomy to the local government administrations in this country, so that it will be recognized fully in action and in fact as a third tier of government of the Federation.
Meanwhile, in the wake of security challenges in Nigeria, a beacon of hope is flickering in the halls of the National Assembly as experts converged for dispassionate discussions on national security. The House of Representatives Committee on Internal Security convened a 2-day workshop exploring the theme, Managing Security and Security Challenges in Nigeria with Citizens' Involvement as Key. Ignatius Nkwo reports.
The corridors of legislative power stood solemn as minds converged to address a crisis that dared the nation in the face. With the drumbeat of insecurity receiving more resistance, this workshop could not be more timely. For 2 days, the House of Representatives Committee on Internal Security, in partnership with MW&J Consulting, will immerse itself in deep reflection, asking one vital question: how to uproot the various sources of insecurity in Nigeria.
Several initiatives and efforts like border control and identity management have been made in the past. However, tackling these issues has become difficult due to socio-economic and political interest laden with ethno-religious undertones.
The discussions unfolded not just as words, but as a call to action. Participants were eager for solutions to the disturbing threat of insecurity along the streets, homes, and the very fabric of the Nigerian society. Yet, within these walls, a sense of purpose fills the air as security experts and stakeholders seek to arrest the situation.
In many cases, security personnel assigned to deal with given security situation lack the expertise, and most of the time they don't have the equipment to handle the situation.
Our armed forces of Nigeria is doing wonderfully well based on the available resources to them.
As the sun sets on the first day of the workshop, the road to success remains clear, with renewed commitment to chart a course for a safer Nigeria. Ignatius Nkwo, Nta News.
And the House of Representatives is set to investigate incessant cases of building collapse in the country with a view to finding lasting solutions. Adopting a motion from Representative Aderemi Oseni, the House mandated its committees on works, housing, safety standards and environments to interface with all relevant players in the building industry to bridge gaps that lead to loss of lives and properties during the collapse of buildings.
We are concerned about these challenges as it affects us as a nation. My prayer, sir, is to mandate the Ministry of Works Committee to ascertain the causes and report back to the House within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Thank you.
The House also urged the Federal Ministry of Works to ensure speedy reconstruction of the bridge along the Numan-Gombe Road to boost socio-economic activities and prevent road accidents.
Collapse bridge negatively impacts commercial activities along the road. It has also resulted in significant losses of humans, animals and goods, as well as trauma and stress. As a result of trucks transporting animals and perishable goods becoming stuck in the area, patients with emergency medical conditions run the risk of dying on the spot.
State House management is hoping to set the pace in implementation of innovative measures to enhance efficiency, as it is set to achieve full digitalization of its operations by next month. The Permanent Secretary, State House, Olufunsho Adebi, disclosed this during an oversight visit by the House Committee on Special Duties to the data center located within the vicinity of the presidential villa. Adebi believes the completion of the computerization and digitalization process will enhance efficiency, security, and the seamless operation of critical administrative functions at the State House. Director, State House Information and Public Relations, Abiodun Oladunjoye, indicated that the visit led by Representative Kabir Tukura was part of the legislative statutory oversight to assess the performance of the 2023 and 2024 budgets of the State House. The Permanent Secretary also briefed the lawmakers on ongoing renovations at Dodam Barracks, Lagos, the former seat of government. He pointed out that the renovations are expected to be completed before the end of the year. He invited the legislators for an on-the-spot assessment of the barracks with funds for the project and others at the Lagos Liaison Office sourced from the 2023 supplementary budget and the 2024 budget, respectively. Representative Tukura expressed satisfaction with the ongoing digital transformation and commended the State House for its commitment to budgetary discipline and modernizing government services. This is the news desk at 6 on Nta News24. We'll have a quick break. More reports in a moment.
My administration took over leadership of our country 16 months ago at a critical juncture. The economy faced many headwinds, and our physical security highly impaired. We found ourselves at a distant crossroad where we must choose between two paths: reform for progress and prosperity, or carry on the business as usual and collapse. We decided to reform our political economy and defense architecture.
Welcome back. The global call on gender equality can be best achieved through a strengthened collaboration that supports investments on nurturing women for leadership with practical steps and the right skills. This was on the agenda as the Nasarawa State University KEFI graduated the first cohorts of women from the class of 2023 with the diploma certificates in women development, an educational program supported by the African Women Conference Leadership Development Center. Olusheye Adeago reports.
Developing academic advancements to drive gender equality and women's full economic participation in Africa was a vision conceived at the 2022 Africa Women's Conference in Gambia. Part of the commitments is the approval of diploma certificate courses by the Governing Council, Nasarawa State University Center for Gender Studies KEFI, in collaboration with AWC Leadership Development Center. Here, the institution and partners are celebrating progress with the graduation of the first set of 20 women that makes the class of 2023 and marking a significant milestone in women empowerment and inclusion strategies.
And this commitment, I think, is driven out of passion, and there's no going back. I'm seeing a situation where by next year, we're going to have a significant number of students that are conscious of what is happening in the society. I want to congratulate our graduates. Going forward from now, we expect that you will project this program. You project the African Women Conference. You will be shining examples.
The co-convener, African Women Conference, Dr. Jumei Amaju, and supporters of the cause believe the program is to leverage on the graduating students' mastery of leadership skills to positively impact the society.
Looking forward to see more partners coming on board, both government, individuals, and donor agencies to come and ensure that we are able to contribute our quota to see that more women, young people, it's not limited to women alone. We have some young Nigerian youth, boys and girls who are also part of this program. The aim is to have an all-inclusive platform that people can come and learn skills for practical development.
So this program is actually one beautiful one that will help them harness their leadership skills.
For me, it's a full 360 walking the talk experience, because when we call on people to invest in the destinies of females, of women, this is what we're talking about, and we are being the examples that we want to see in wider society.
The question is, what is the cause? Anything that pushes humanity forward, and whether we like it or not, in the spirit of inclusivity or inclusiveness, the place of the woman should never be undermined.
For me, it's a whole new horizon, and I'm so looking forward to, deploying all the skills I've learned.
Each course comes with its own challenging experience, but it was a bittersweet experience all along, and this will propel me into more girl-child advocacy and to make me a better person.
The Certificate in Women Leadership Development course is an online part-time program of 21 credits unit course designed to equip students with the knowledge needed to becoming accountable and worthy leaders. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, Nta News.
The Nigeria Education Loan Fund, NELFund, has extended its enlightenment engagement to thousands of students in the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and the Nnamdi Azikiwe University. NELFund Managing Director Akintunde Soya, who led the team, says NELFund is unimpressed with the level of participation of students from the Southeast in the lofty intervention. He observes that the students felt they are left behind in the noble financial intervention for students, hence the decision to reach out to them with relevant information regarding the recently established student loan scheme being implemented by NELFund. He used the opportunity to expose students to the benefits of the scheme, particularly in lifting financial burdens from them and their parents. Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps Shehu Mohammed has expressed optimism that Nigeria can achieve a 50% reduction in road traffic deaths by 2030, in line with the United Nations Decade of Action for Road Safety. He said this at a two-day Africa Road Safety Seminar in Nairobi, Kenya, organized by the Global Road Safety Partnership in collaboration with the International Federation of the Red Cross and Crescent and the International Road Assessment Program. The seminar targets assessing the impact of road safety in the region towards reducing road traffic deaths by 50% by 2030. The Corps Marshal said that strategies had been mapped out to combat the challenges associated with motorcycle operations, which he said had become a prominent feature in public transportation in Africa, while emphasizing that the challenge of speed management in Africa, which accounts for about half of the road fatalities in the region, had been addressed. Countries that participated include Uganda, Kenya, South Africa, Mali, Morocco, Ghana, Nigeria, and the UN Envoy on Road Safety Partnership, Vision Spring, FIA Foundation, Gambia, among others. You're watching the news desk at 6 on Nta News24. Here's a look at our top stories. Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited increases pump price of petrol by 15% from 897 per litre in Abuja. Now sells for 1,030. All right, that concludes the news desk at 6 on Nta News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Dennis Adigunloye.